Well, here we are. This is the final wing. It's the lower right wing. Yeah, believe it or not, I actually figured out how to paint by the time I got to here. Pity about the other three wings, but anyway, it's done. That's all the big bits done now. All the big bits are painted. The next paint job on the agenda, once these engine stands have been released from this wing, I'll be able to attach the wingtips. I do two at a time. There's another rollover stand here. They've worked all right, you know. They were just cheapo things off eBay. I don't know about hanging your V8 engine off there, but they work all right for what I had to do. Yeah, I'll attach the wingtips to those. Redo two wingtips because the paint job I did on them was just unacceptable. So it's got to be pretty bad if I won't accept it. And then I'll do the other two, and that's it. The $139 Bunnings Aerospace Special can be pulled down, and I can regain my hangar again. It looks like the rubbish dump at the moment, but matter of fact, all of the stuff can go out of here then. So yes, looking forward to it. There we go. See you shortly. Well, here we are back again. The fourth and final wing has finally come out of the paint shop. Here it is right here, this one. The paintwork's not perfect, I don't know whether you can tell or not from there, but it's reasonable. Matter of fact, it's probably better than the other three, but it's done now. I've just got to do the wingtips, and that should be it. I've just finished installing that aileron. As you can see, the wing's still attached to the rollover stands. I'll leave it attached there for the next, at least until Thursday, to give the paint time to harden. I don't want it sitting on this bench here while the paint's still soft. So yeah, at least until Thursday. I'm about to install these aileron push rods. This will be the aileron push rods for the right wing. Exactly the same as we did on the previous wing. It's very unusual to have a push rod with bends in it, but that's just what they decided to do on this aeroplane. So, okay, I'm not going to argue the toss. And the little aileron push rod that comes from the aileron bell crank back to the actual aileron itself. You saw that last time. I'm probably not going to video any of it or very much of it. There's just no point. A little care package from Spruce arrived today. I got some 1032 screws, 1032 machine screws. Remember, they are to attach the master solenoid. It attaches to the inside of the same bracket that goes on that holds the throttle, and I had it bolted on just with regular 1032 bolts, but the cable comes very close to it, and this just gives us a nice smooth surface for the cable to go over. These two are going to be, they're just flanges. They're going to be basically for cool air to the carburetor. These will be a hole will be cut in the cowl, roughly about that size. They'll be attached to the cowl, probably either with screws or with rivets. And then a couple of short hoses running to the area near the air intake. That's about as good as I can do. But I need to find the exact spot. I had the exact spot sorted out. No problem. I'll show you. The original plan was to put these about there somewhere in the cowl, and then a short scat tube running down to the carburetor air filter. Yeah, well, there's a bit too much going on back there. I can't really bring the scat tube down there. We've got the fuel pump, which is not really, there's clearance on this side. The other side you've got the fuel lines themselves, so this might be a bit tricky. And then here, if you can see, these are the distributor caps on the magnetos, and they go almost touching the firewall. So I can't bring the scat tubes down past them. The carburetor's down below them. It's a bit busy back here, and as much as anything, that's deliberate, because the engine's so heavy. Because the engine's so heavy, I need to move it as far aft as possible, so as not to upset the CFG too much. So what are we going to do? Well, what we're probably going to have to do is mount these flanges probably between these two cylinders and those two cylinders. So this will mount in here somewhere, back about there somewhere. Can you see that? And then quite a short scat tube to run back to the carburetor, and there'll be one on the other side as well, one over here somewhere, again with a short scat. I've got some scat tube that'll do that job perfectly, but yeah, I can't put it where I wanted to put. If I put it here, there's nowhere to duct to run the ducting. So anyway, that's what this is all about. This whole the last week or so, the last couple of videos, that's trying to figure out how to do things, and that'll always be the case once you've fitted your engine. You know, you figure out what you need on the firewall, and you agonise over that for a couple of weeks and get things exactly where you want them. And yes, I can run the lines to that, and so the firewall's sort of spoken for. But then you've still got things like these flanges. That's just all there is to it. But they're about the last decision making I need to do. I think everything else is pretty much where it's going to go, and that's where it is. That's how it's going to be. And that's your catch up for today. Today's only Tuesday, so I've got a fair bit of the week to go. So there might be more video to come yet, but I'm really not sure. I've got other things that I need to achieve as well this week. But I'm sure if it's important, I'll certainly let you know. But right now, right this very minute, the task is to install those aileron push rods. The task right now is to install one of those aileron push rods onto that wing. The other one I can't do because it's in the rollover stand. When it comes off the rollover stand on Thursday, then I'll install the orange push rod. Yeah, there they are there. I can install the small one, but I can't install the orange one just yet, because it would go right there where the rollover stand is. Okay, let's see what happens tomorrow. Here we are, getting closer and closer. This is the aircraft's data plate, which I'm about to stainless steel pop rivet onto the firewall. There's not too many other places on a fabric aeroplane where you can attach the data plate, but that's where it's going. Well, here we are at the end of another week. Not a whole lot of progress. There never usually is. Couple of items. The throttle, this one, and the enrichment, this one, are both complete. These, there were bolts here. This is the master solenoid. They were holding the master solenoid on. They've been replaced by these machine screws, and it's just purely so that the cable goes across past them without fouling, and it does that pretty well. Yeah, so that's about the only thing that's try and get myself out of there. That's about the only thing that's sort of happened in there. I was concerned about a little vent line that comes off the carburetor, and it either had to be blocked off, or it had to be open to atmosphere. And I first of all elected to block it off, but I was 99% convinced that it had to be open to atmosphere, and so I've actually changed it so that it is open to atmosphere. That's the only thing that's gone on back there. Still losing oil like there's no tomorrow. And I'm not going to put a valve in the main feed line to the engine. That's just not going to happen. I riveted on the data plate for the aeroplane. That's all filled out and everything else. I've put, I think I already recorded this, but I put the aileron on this wing. The wing is, this wing's still on the rollover stands from the paint shop, so I don't have a spare table. I've got an upper wing there, and an upper wing there, and a lower wing here on the rollover stand, and another lower wing on the other side of the fuselage. And then, oh my God, there's two more upper wings. What's going on? Oh, we'll find out about that in the fullness of time. But that's it. Nothing else has really happened. I still haven't flown this week yet. I expected to, but I haven't. Yeah, I think we call that quits. You know the rules. If you get your feet off the ground if you can, and it should be a pretty good weekend for it, I think, hopefully, with any luck. And I'll catch up with you next week. I've still got my 4 wingtips to paint. I need to make an adapter so that they'll fit on some sort of rollover stand, so I can move them and paint them. And I haven't done that yet. So anyway, that's it. Enjoy whatever you get up to this weekend, and I'll catch up with you next week. Bye now.